I am on a mission. For my entire life, I've had more than a passing interest in cars, and I do mean my entire life. Something about cars felt different. I've never been an adrenaline junkie, I've never been a speed freak, but there's something about bringing order to chaos, controlling what's out of control, achieving what the mind considers impossible. They're a tool used to test the validity in how we perceive our environment. The ability to see what nobody else can, to feel in a way that not many people can understand. Cars are one of those things in this world that can activate all of your senses at once and take you to a world where nothing exists. But that world is a lie. That pothole in the road is real. That family in that van is real. That puddle in the road is real. That ABS failure light is real. That cop that's hiding in the bushes is real. That ambulance you're being carried into is real. That look of fear and disappointment in your family's face is real. It's all as real as that world where nothing exists, where you have 3 digits on the speedometer and barely 3 reasons to slow down. That's where the beauty in driving lies. Not in the risks you can take, but in what it reveals about your character. It's why the Japanese street racers of the 80s up to the 2000s are thought of in such high regards compared to the juvenile delinquents in the United States, who are destroying car culture instead of adding to it. They've taken an invention that's become an art form and turned it into a means of vandalism, hollow validation, and a meaningless symbol of status. It almost makes me embarrassed to admit that I'm a car enthusiast, because it's starting to group me into a stereotype that has no respect for life. And frankly, that's something I want to change, and hopefully you do too. In driving, perception is one of the most important aspects there is. And all of the young people who don't have their license yet, who are the future of this community and culture, they're being fed some of the worst perceptions of this world that they could possibly be given. A world of ignorance, misinformation, and immaturity. I'm on a mission to change that. For the past 5 years, I've been theorizing and testing what the real difference is between someone who's mediocre at something and someone who's the best at something. It's not talent. It's not the resources they have or don't have. It all comes down to a matter of perception and understanding what you're really doing. I've been testing it in arcade racers, driving simulators, and as of the past 17 months, my own car. During the past 5 years, I've wanted to make a video along the lines of why you suck at racing games. It was going to be an all-in-one guide on how to drive your best in any racing game, regardless of the game's physics. It revolved around mentality and visual perception. And while I do believe that the concept is sound, it took an extremely long time for me to finalize the script, because I'd constantly be finding flaws and improvements to my own theory. And I was terrified of the idea that I could propose such a bold theory and feel the need to backpedal on my statements shortly after I make them. The truth is, behind every groundbreaking theory is an obsessive amount of experimentation followed by soul-crushing amounts of failure. My theory regarding perception and how it can unlock total control of any vehicle has never felt more real, and I've never felt more ready to start sharing my findings with everyone. What I've had to realize, though, is that my own perception of myself needed to change. What I'm chasing is ultimately physically impossible. True perfection doesn't exist in humans as much as we want to believe that it does, because nobody knows what's truly possible. I'm going to share what I've learned, because perfect or not, this theory has made me a better driver, but I'm also going to admit when I need to make an adjustment to it. I want to share what I've learned because I truly do believe that muscle memory and perception are one and the same. The mind and body are connected, and I think we can control a car better if we are aware of how our mind perceives a car moving. I want everyone to hear my theory, to try it, and to share their own results. No theory can be seen as true without cross-examination, and no two people can hear the same words and have the exact same thoughts. If all of us can work together to become smarter, faster, and more mature drivers, then maybe we can turn the car community into something that will always be proudly passed down to the next generation.